This was created by another teacher, but you can find the resources right here at this link. But what you want to do is this is a view only. So you want to come up here to File, make a copy, entire presentation. And then you want to actually give it the name you want that will be in your drive and click OK. And then what will pop up is the one you can edit, or you can have your students edit depending on how you set it up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control and C at the same time, then Control and V, in V, Control V, Control V. I'm just going to make as many as you want. So depending on how many students you may have in your class, you can just keep hitting Control V time and time again. Now I would actually create an example for my students so they know kind of what this looks like and they can get to know you as a teacher. So you could insert your Bitmoji. So let's say this is the one you wanted to use and you'd copy that in. So maybe you want that over here. You're jumping up, hooray, or whatever you want. And then what you can do is you go to Insert, Image, search the web. And this is really nice because you can kind of look up things about yourself. So maybe I want a golf club. I like to golf. So maybe hit Clip Art instead. So there's one. And insert. And what it's going to do is going to pop it in. I'd make it smaller so it fits in and put it on a shelf. So you have a ton of options. That's how I would find my different items for the locker and what I'd show my students. Also, you can do insert, text box. You can put the text box up here and enter your name. So whatever you want to enter, Mr., Mrs., depending on the situation. Your students would enter their names, Melissa, Lauren, Beth, Bob, whatever their name is. Other things that you can do is if you want, you can take a screenshot of this if you want to lock it in place so your students can't change the wording. You could redo this, take a screenshot, put in a picture instead, so your students can't play around with what you want in there. Other things, let's say for time's sake, you want to actually save time, you can make a new slide. And on this slide, you can create items. And I call them unlimited items or unlimited icons. So insert image, search the web. And this is just items that your students can have right on hand so they don't have to go look things up. So maybe they're interested in books. They like reading or something like that. So I want this one. It's going to insert. Before my students even see this, I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. I'm going to just keep hitting that. These are unlimited, what we call them, so a whole bunch of them. Then you want to hit Control A and right click. Here's where you can align center. Then you want to do the same thing, but in this case, align, go to vertical and middle. And then you drag these up and you can make them a little bit smaller, things like that. And you can have a whole bunch of these on here. And what's nice is your students can just take one, Control Copy, and go and copy it in if they want it. So you can have a ton of different items available for them, or you could put items over here instead, depending on how you want to design this. So there's a ton of options. Now, how do I get my students to actually work in this? Well, if you go to Share, and you go down here, Change to anyone with a link, and you want to change this to Editor, copy the link, and you can give that to anybody you want. Anybody. So this would be something you put in your class or maybe in your announcements, depending on how you want to set this up.